Miss Wright.
Hi. Good morning, Fred. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I didn't
Uh,
realize that my husband had scheduled our car to go in the shop. So I said, wait a minute, I got a class. So I'm trying to multitask, which you know how well that goes. Uh,
well, you look, as everybody says, as my wife reminds me, women, we can multitask, but Ben, you can only do one thing at a time. And my wife always reminds me about that.
oh my goodness. Well, as time goes on, I'm feeling like a man then.
well, I guess, are you driving now?
Huh? I'm
Are you
driving.
driving
Yeah.
now?
Uh-huh.
Well, good. I'm not going to ask you to see if you could see chat because no, I'll wait for someone else. I want to make certain that people can see the link to the poll in chat. Just want to make
Yeah.
certain that I have everything queued up correctly.
Okay. Yeah, I won't be able to do the poll today because
No, that's okay. That
uh,
is that is okay.
I
Uh,
said, "Oh my goodness, of all time." And he probably did ask me, and instead of checking my calendar, I just said, "Oh, I don't have anything on Monday."
That is okay.
I
That
tell
is
you.
okay. So now, did you have a good week?
I did. I just ratified a contract yesterday, and
Well,
I took that client out one time. Well, actually, I took his daughter out because he doesn't live in the area, and she loved it. We ratified yesterday.
well, that makes you feel good.
It that makes me feel really good because I had a rough weekend. I had some rough. I had a rough client. I had a rough with my. I had an incident with my aunt that she just broke down and ah, these people. I said, Lordy, getting too old
Well,
for this, Fred.
you know when you have those type of challenges, it just shows that you are prepared to handle them. You are prepared and you are more than equipped, and
Okay,
that's why they come your way.
that's why they come my way. Okay, I'm gonna take that, Fred. But
Hey man,
I,
look,
I don't want to be that equipped
well,
all the
well, well,
time.
well, well, look. If you think about the challenges that you faced, let's say 30 years ago, compared to the challenges you're facing now,
Yeah.
are, are the challenges now more challenging compared to the challenges 30 years ago?
You know what? I think 30 years ago, my patience and my attitude was a little bit different. Well, a lot different. I think
Amen.
how
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
yeah, what I can my tolerance, I should say, was a lot different. And I'm
Yeah.
a very tolerant person, but I think menopause took a little bit of that tolerance away. Not a lot, thank the Lord. At the time, it was a lot. At the time, it was a lot less. But I
That's
think
funny.
that's my perspective has changed a lot.
Okay.
And sometimes the things that people get upset over, my thing is it's not if it's not heaven and hell, it's not life and death. This too shall pass. It's not
There you
as
go.
big a deal as they but I that's my perspective and I
Okay.
realize it's not their perspective.
Okay.
So
Okay.
um yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Well, look, I see everybody else has jumped on the call. I want to say,
Okay.
no problem. I enjoyed the
They didn't
conversation.
they no, they didn't realize it was a philosophical discussion this morning.
Look, everybody goes through the same thing. It's okay. It is just okay. Look, we got Harry's note taker that's on the call. Then we have Miss Clivia Pardice. Buen dias. Um, Buenos dias. Then we have Miss Minetta Minor on the call. Hi, Minetta. Then Miss Jasmine and Miss Benny. I am so glad Miss Benny is on the call because you are going to be the focus of one of my questions this morning, Miss Benny. You probably weren't aware of it. We're going to have the other class to maybe to provide some guidance to you. So I'm excited for you to be on the call, if that's okay. Miss Benny?
Thank you.
Okay.
I was muted.
Okay. Well, time is at hand, and I want to welcome everyone to session 4 of 23 Weeks to Greatness, utilizing the book Fanatical Prospecting by Jeb Blount. Today is going to be, I think, another interesting class. If you haven't already noticed, each week I am trying to do something a little different, make it more fun. And today is going to be no exception. I emailed the outline to each of you. If anyone did not receive it, just let me know. But as I said, today is going to be a very interesting class. Each week, as we talk about prospecting, is like building blocks. We just build one on top of the other, on top of the other, on top of the other. And today's class is just going to be building upon the prior 3 classes. And what I want to do first is just do a quick recap of last week's session. It was on cold calling, something that we all enjoy doing. Is what we wake up in the morning, we say, yes, I'm going to do some cold calls today. Does anyone feel like that? Or are Fred just being crazy? Or everyone just being quiet this morning?
Crazy.
Oh, my head is crazy. That's okay. That's okay. And for us in real estate, really, that's what it's about. When we talk about cold calling, it's really interrupting. No one is expecting to hear from any of us when we're doing a true cold call. And one of the statements that I said is, as people in real estate, we should be the most rejected realtor or loan officer out there. We should be the most rejected. If we are the most rejected, that means we're doing a lot of cold calling. And with cold calling, we should stop seeking the easy way out and start interrupting and engaging. It's not the cold call that is hard, it's just the call. For many of us, we still might be apprehensive about calling someone that we may not know, but we still need to go ahead and just place the call. And of course, if you don't prospect relentlessly, your pipeline will be anemic. You really won't even have a pipeline. So it's all about making the call. And then this week, we're going to talk about a balanced approach. What is a balanced approach to prospecting? Any questions about chapter 3? Okay, I hear none. Before we go on, no. Let me go to my favorite part: success stories. Does anyone have a success story about what happened last week as a result of making any type of prospecting? Cold call, warm call, in person, general. This is your time to share if anything special that you might want to share for the benefit of the class. Anybody?
I'll just share really quick, Fred. This is Minetta. So this weekend I did a combination of walking around the neighborhood, and reaching out to neighbors over in other courts. Everyone sees me walk my dog like every day, right? And so I'm not very good about engaging in but I was actually talking to a couple of neighbors, and I have a couple of calls just to, see what's going on the market this week. So I'm excited about that. And then out of cold calls specifically, I do have one potential lead from that too. So
Very good, very good. So now this is quite interesting. So you went out in your neighborhood using your engaging personality, which I know you have, just talking to people that you may not know, and on the spot they shared their contact information with you.
So a couple of people, I had talked to them in the past, right? We see each other in passing. They have a dog, I have a dog. This time we actually had an opportunity to, like actually stop and wait. Usually I'm like in between, going to my full-time job or doing something. So I don't really always have time. And so I have time now because I'm not at my full-time job anymore, right? So it was a bit more leisure, and I could, actually stop and have a conversation without rushing. And so they did. They were just like, we just started talking, and they were just like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I told them, and now we're just going to have a coffee chat. It might not end up turning into um a real estate deal, but nonetheless, it was a conversation.
Wow. Okay. That is awesome. So doing a dog walk makes a difference. Okay. Anyone else?
I have one, Fred. I
Please.
was I was at Patient First yesterday, and the nurse, I I don't know how the conversation turned into like I'm a realtor. Now I did when I first started, it was the hardest thing I could do was to introduce real estate. Now it's so seamless. I don't know how I introduced it into the conversation. And she said, "Oh, I'm taking a class." So I gave her my card, and I thought of her as a potential recruit for my company.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Doctor's office.
Yep. Patient first.
Very good. I look. I have spent many a time at Patient First, so it is okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
This is Cassandra. Can you hear me?
Yes, Miss Cassandra, we can hear you.
Hi, how are you this morning? How's everyone?
Everybody's doing fine.
Well, you know, I'm in a different space than most of you, and I don't know really the space everybody else is in, but limited for a number of reasons. But I had shared with you that I'm trying to build more of a referral than boots on the ground every day type, because that's what my time allows me. So I had a family member in town for a family emergency, and not emergency, but a homegoing basically. And she had slightly mentioned that, she was looking. So I called on my dear friend, and I believe there was a contract written this weekend. So that was good for me. That was my success story. But because at the last minute I shared it, and it seems that it's taken off. I don't know the whole thing, but I believe it is.
Okay, well that is awesome. Your referral network is doing well. And if you were able to refer it to someone else and a contract was written, that is awesome. Okay, very good. All right, now here we're going to start having some fun. Hopefully everyone was able to see at the top. I put in the poll. Hopefully everyone is able to see it. and I have 3 questions that I hope everyone has the opportunity to complete.
I don't see the
And
poll.
it should be at the top. Does everyone see it or no?
I don't see it.
All right, I thought that might happen. Hold on, let me do it. I'm gonna hold on. How about now?
Do we need to click on the link?
Click on the link.
Okay.
Click on that link.
Oh, the link went away, but okay.
It says Slido?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. And hold on. Let me share my screen. I'm doing it correctly this week. Hopefully, finally. Okay. Wow, look at these numbers. All right, they're getting better.
Sorry.
No problem. Okay. We got half and half. We got 4 people responding. Can we get that number up? Even if you didn't do anything, still go ahead and respond because there's more than 4 of us on the call.
Okay.
Fred, I'm driving, so I can't.
Okay, so you are excused because you are driving. But everybody else, no excuse. Okay, 6. Okay. All right. I appreciate everyone's honesty. We got 6. That is good. All right. So now let's go to the next question. We got 67% no and 33% said yes. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. This is really fun. You know, what do you think? Did Fred make his 5 cold calls last week? Now, everybody can answer this one.
Yes, you said it.
Yeah, look at it. Oh, my goodness. Come on. Everybody should be able to answer this one. Did Fred make his cold calls last week? Everybody said, okay. Everything everybody did. We got 6 people that said yes. And I'm proud to say every single one of you is wrong. I did not make my calls last week. It was a crazy week. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I was like, well, this week I'm going to do something fun and just see. So Fred did not make his call. So this week I had to do it. So last week
I knew I should have
failed.
said no. You were sounding so positive. Hey, I don't. It's not a big deal because I'm behind too. So
Yeah.
you're in good company, Fred.
All right, well, there you go. I did not do it. So this week, I have catch up to do, and I guarantee you next week, if you ask me this, that will not happen. There you go. All right.
I should have known. I talked to Pam and she hadn't talked to you.
I'm being honest. And look, and Sherry was able to say, no, he didn't call. All right. So now here comes the fun. Here comes the fun one.
Okay.
All right. Well, that was fun too for me. I'm like, okay, guys, I got some work to do. All right. This is the $25 Starbucks gift card question. This is for everybody. Do you know how many weekly leads are required to obtain your annual production goal? If yes, email your spreadsheet or goal production form to me by 6 p.m. today.
Oh,
Go
wow.
ahead and answer the question. Because if you notice, I'm giving you an out. Even if you don't even know it now, it's okay. It is 9:18 a.m. I'm going to give you until 6 p.m. If you email me the calculator printout, whatever form, whatever you have, by 6
Okay.
p.m. this evening, I will forward to you a $25 gift certificate to Starbucks. That's my challenge to you. So if you like going to Starbucks, even if you want to give the Starbucks gift card out to a client or a friend, all you have to do is just email me your production worksheet. To me, it's not about whether your production goal to earn is $10,000 for the year or $1 million. I could care less. It doesn't make a difference to me. The only thing that I want to do is just to put a little carrot in front of you and says that if you complete it and if you send it to me, you will receive a $25 gift certificate to Starbucks. Sound good?
Yes.
That's
So
that's that trick question.
yeah,
Like,
because if we don't have it right now, then the answer is no, right?
But you still have until 6 p.m. to provide it to me.
Okay.
See, that's the thing. By 6 p.m., even if the answer is no now, I said I'm giving you an out.
I got you.
You still have
Till 6.
by
Okay.
6 p.m. this evening to send it to me, and then I'll forward you a gift card. Now there's a total of 7 people. I know that answered. So that's 7 times 25. Lord have mercy. That's $175 of Amazon gift cards.
Wow.
Starbucks gift cards.
Wow.
Boy, they're gonna be happy.
Yeah.
When I go there and ask for 7 gift cards. Long as I don't tell my wife, I'm gonna be okay. So yeah.
I'm
When I
not
tell my
telling.
wife I'm buying all of these gifts, and especially my kids. They love when I buy them Starbucks gift cards. They think it's the best thing going. So
Wow.
again, the challenge is if you don't know your numbers now, it's okay. By 6 p.m. this evening, send it to me, and then I'll forward you access to a $25 Starbucks gift card. That's my challenge to you for the day. All right, so let me stop my share. Awesome. Okay. And of course, last week our challenge was to do one cold call to one person. I didn't do mine, and I guess other people did not. So this week we're gonna again encourage you to make at least 10 prospecting calls, and of that 10, one is going to be a cold call.
Yes.
Then for me, my cold calls that I'm being honest, these are my 5: Pam Ball, Victor Caro, AJ Johnson, Karen Ryan, and Nizam Hakimi. All right. Any questions about that? Wonderful. Today we are going into chapter 4.
4.
And I'm excited about chapter 4. It was a short lesson, short chapter, only 5 pages. But as I thought about it, I said, this is what we all need to do regarding our prospecting in order for us to make our goal. And that is to have a balanced prospecting methodology. And so how many of you are familiar with this statement? I'm so much better in what?
numbers.
No.
Person.
Yes. Everyone says, my strength, yeah, I could do okay over the phone. I mean over the phone, but my real strength, I'm much better in person. And as the author shared in his book, that's nothing more than an excuse. It reveals that, one, we may not have other types of prospecting methods. Number 2, it also shows our shortcoming whereby we may not try other methods. It's not so much we are better, in one form or another. It's for us to try different types of prospecting in and of itself. He gave an example for when we establish our retirement account. I think the majority of us, I don't think anybody here for the most part is on a pension. So when we establish our retirement accounts, including me and maybe some of you, we have to establish like an IRA or 401k, and we have to have some type of an investment approach to ensure that when we are older, we have enough monies to live off of, and that requires investing. And how many of us would invest in one stock or invest in one mutual fund? Very, very few of us would. We have in the financial world is called diversification. That's where we put a little bit scattered throughout. So in case one is doing well or one is down, being diversified, we have the ability to continue to have earnings. By having earnings, then our retirement account will continue to grow. And throughout our time, if we do a systematic approach with our investing, then by the time we reach our ripe old age, we should have a nice little nest egg that we should have to live off of. So it's not about one type of investment approach, it's about diversification. And it is the same way in our line of work in being in real estate. It's not about only prospecting in person. Manetta, she went out of her comfort zone and talked to neighbors while they were walking dogs. Awesome. It is, I mean, that's what it is. We did something different, something that might make us uncomfortable. It's okay. We don't have to be a perfectionist at it. We just have to try it and just see what happens. And so the next question that I have, and this is a question for the class, and let's see what the response is. I'm gonna make it personal. Does your pipeline always reveal the truth? Does your pipeline always reveal the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Who's Sherry? Why? Why does your pipeline always reveal the truth?
Because it's actual and factual if you can show what you're doing. And I think the way that I've learned it over the years is when the pipeline dries up, then you know that you don't have anything. So you have to constantly be fueling that pipeline for things to move and to grow.
Well, so the question is, why does your pipeline even dry up? Jasmine, I'm gonna pick on Jasmine this morning. Jasmine, why would a person's pipeline dry up?
I feel like good morning. I feel like because you're not adding to it. It doesn't really have to be on the daily, but at least weekly, you should be adding people to your CRM, whether it be family, friends, or just strangers.
There you go. It dries up because you're not doing the activity.
Right.
It's not because of the market. It's not because of the interest rate. It's not what the Fed says, the president says, or how anyone is feeling. It just dries up because you're not doing the activity. I can't count the number of times I remind people that back in the 1980s, the interest rates were 15, 16, 17, and 18%. And people says, Who would buy a house with the interest rate when the interest rates are that high? That's
But
just
people
where
still
it was. And
Mhm.
believe it or not, real estate was going strong.
Mhm.
It's not
Yeah.
about the interest rate. It is not. So even when you have a high interest rate, it doesn't mean the market is going to collapse. That's not what it means. Even if you have 15, 16, 17, or 18% interest rates,
Mhm.
you still have to go out and prospect. One of the main reasons why you have to, your all of the bills that you have, your mortgage company, if you have a car note, cell phone, TV, whatever, they don't care what the market is. They're going to say is you have to pay your monthly bill. You still have to go out and do it. In their mind, they're saying one thing and one thing only: show me the money. That's what you got to do. You got to go out and go ahead and pay your bills. In order to pay your bills, you must continue to prospect. Good season, out of season, whatever season, you're still required to go ahead and prospect. Now, I'm going to give you an example. How many of you were in business, in the real estate business, during the period of 2009 to 2015? Sherry raised her hand. Anybody else? Who was in business from 2009 until 2015?
I was.
I was.
Who was that?
Lester and Chanel.
Lester. Okay. Lester and Chanel. Okay. I'm going to start with Lester. You were in business in 2009 to 2015.
Mhm.
During that period of time, what was the one way a lot of realtors were successful in their line of work? What were they doing?
Mm.
Short
I was
sales.
Who yelled out short sales?
Cassandra.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Mhm.
Yeah, short sales. There you
Yeah, because the
go.
market had collapsed. Yeah.
Yeah, it was short sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how.
And the foreclosures, because a lot of people were doing the asset managements.
There you go. The market changed and they adapted. And so, if you want to be successful during that time, that's when a lot of people, they just changed their focus, still prospecting, and people did well. And the prospecting, Chanel, who were people prospecting to?
Banks.
Well, and you specifically gave an actual group of individuals. Who?
Asset management companies.
Asset management companies. Everybody was going after them because the market was collapsing. Well, it had collapsed. So you had thousands of homes that were in the process of going to foreclosure or in the process of going through a short sale, and everybody wanted to go after these asset managers, and that's what people did, and they were extremely successful. And that's just one way, well, an example of how when the market changes, you can still be successful. You have to go ahead and adapt, but you still prospect. You may have to just find a different entity to prospect to. Now, this is where I want us, okay. Number 8 of my outline, it says, don't put your eggs don't put all your eggs in one basket. We all grew up that. We all know that no matter what happens, don't put your eggs in one, but don't put all your efforts, everything that you might do, in one basket. I believe that to its entirety. However, one of my clients has proved me wrong. This is a true story. Had a client came from another country. I won't say where because you might run across them. But he started working for McDonald's. He worked his way up to a shift manager, then to a manager of the McDonald's. And he started putting his monies for retirement in one stock. That one stock was McDonald's. 35 years later, easy, he has one stock, McDonald's. That stock has grown so much that each year his annual dividend check is over $250,000.
Wow.
And I sit back and we talk and we just laugh. And to this day, that's his retirement. I was like, oh my God. To this day, and because of that, he has leveraged that and bought a lot of properties and anything else. But to this day, one stock, one everything, McDonald's. And the crazy thing about it, he's not even working for McDonald's anymore. He doesn't even work. But his whole thing has been one stock. So that definitely is out of the norm. But every time I say don't put your eggs in one basket, I think of my client, and we still talk on a regular basis, and it's just one stock. So needless to say, for him to have $250,000 in annual dividends, his stock has grown to more than over $1 million.
Wow.
And it's just one stock. So that is just an oddity. So now I want to do is talk to Miss Benny. Benny, you are probably the realtor on this call that is the newest to the real estate field. And you're going to be our individual that we're going to work with this morning, if that's okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. All of us have been in Benny's shoes, starting off where we don't have anything. We got to start out from scratch. That's what Benny is doing. She's only had her license how many months?
Since December, so I'll say 3.
3 months. 3 months she's had her license. Okay. Benny, what has been the type of prospecting for you that you have, for the most part, been doing the most since you received your license?
I would say emails. So sending out emails.
That's fine. Emails.
And also telling my family as well.
Okay.
Family, friends, and I'm also working with renters too. So
okay. Email renters. Okay. Awesome. Okay. For those of us that have been in the real estate business profession for more than 3 months, which is probably everyone that's called except for Benny, what type of advice would you give Benny for her prospecting? What did you do that helped you to grow your business where you have been in the real estate business for a number of years?
Start with your warm market.
Start with you. Can you repeat again, Lester?
Start with your warm market.
And explain what is your warm market.
Well, she already mentioned it, with her family, friends, people that you know, because you knew, and then as you knew, you want to use the people that you know as a guinea pig to get experience.
Very good. Your warm market, and she has started it. All right. Now I'm going to pick up my next person, Clivia. All right, you got to unmute yourself.
Unmute. Good morning. I knew you were gonna pick on me after her.
I was. All right. And Clivia, how long have you been in the real estate profession?
A year and a half.
Okay, so you've been in
Benny,
just a
I
little
know.
longer than Benny. So,
Correct.
because you're relatively new, what would be some recommendations you would give to Benny that has helped you?
First of all, let me congratulate you for doing this. I mean, it's amazing that you committed to learn so fast. Recommendations, like Lester said, the closing I have done so far have come from friends. So we call that SOI. And
Wait a minute,
just
wait a minute. We're using acronyms. What is SOI?
source of influence.
Source of influence. Very, very
Yeah.
good. Or some people call it a sphere of influence. Same difference. I'm sorry.
Benedict, so your friends from school, family, your neighborhood. Like I do a lot of farming. Like I like to read, so I'm printing out, utilizing what my company offers a lot. I mail out postcards. I do seasonal. Like now that the weather is nice, I have this trifold with full of data information that I'm gonna go door knocking in my neighborhood, door to door. Well, I don't have a problem talking to people, even though sometimes I just close down. And that like what is reachable, what is close to you. You say you do email, like it's good to be a little bit personal too. Pick up the phone and call. Open houses. I did an open house this weekend. That's what I'm
Oh,
so
yes,
tired.
that too. I do that too every weekend.
That's what I'm so tired. Like I do make sure I mail my postcards, even if it's in the middle of the week. Like I say, I the first group yesterday we had 18 groups, so I didn't get a client yet. But I said to my husband, like these were 18 people that left the place with full of information with my branding all over the place. So made the follow-up calls too yesterday. So 18 from yesterday, and I have to do 8 today. So I did my 10 already, Fred. So
Very good.
yes,
Awesome.
so just that, like email, text, go through your phone. I mean, your contacts. I do that a lot too while I'm in my bed. I just go through my contact and by alphabetical letters, and then I start calling people that I haven't talked to them in a while. Then I just write it down to make sure I don't call them again. I mean, at least within a month, because I try to do that. Hope I help.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Clivia.
Thank you.
You're
All right.
welcome.
And now for some of our more other seasoned realtors, does anyone else have any suggestions for Benny that has enabled you to sustain yourself through the ups and downs
Here.
of your real estate career?
Doing events, and they're not necessarily real estate events. Like I do a vision board party. I do, tea on the town, just different things that you can invite people to come to. And then that's an opportunity to discuss real estate or meet people that you don't know. And then everybody's talking about, what do you do? What do you do? So you get to connect with new people because oftentimes people will bring friends or people that you don't know. So my thing is, don't make everything you do about real estate. Just make it about connecting people and building relationships.
Very good, Chanel. Kim, you were going to you were going to talk, and then Sherry's next. I know, Kim, you're driving. Were you going to share? Yes. All right, Kim.
Okay, for me, when I started is it my turn to talk? I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. When I started real estate, I was in a different position than a lot of people in that I have a lot of family in real estate. So I had cousins who had a exit brokerage on one side of my family. I had an aunt who on the other side who had been in real estate over 30 years. So it was very hard for me to, in family, I was the newcomer and they were the seasoned agents. So I knew that I had to get out of my comfort zone and do something different and my friends, because of my age, when I went into real estate, everyone had a home. They weren't at the age where they were ready to downsize. So I hit open houses fiercely. And that's why when we say prospecting, I purchased a prospecting company. Lead, but I never, not once, called anybody. So for the first year, I was in my office taking classes like every day. I think 1 month they said Kim took 30 classes this month, which is crazy, but that I'm one of those people who gets ready to get ready, But I did open houses almost every weekend, and that's how I built my database.
Awesome. So the key, Ben, is you can see a lot of them started out just like you. They did the open houses, the recommendations, of course, knocking on doors, farming. And the good thing about it, there is no one tried and true way that is going to, yield an instant client or lead. You're just going to have to be consistent and try different ways. A saying that I learned and I still have to apply to myself on a regular basis, and that is the key is consistency, and consistency is the key. The key is consistency, and consistency is the key. So this is not just for Benny, and I want to say thank you, but it's all of us. I think all of us, are in the same position as one another, where we always have to go out and try and identify new ways to obtain clients. We're not order takers. No one is out there saying, yes, I want to go out there and work with Clivia. I'm gonna call her up and she's gonna get my $1 million listing. It's just not gonna happen. Well, it could, but
that's the dream.
Part,
that's the goal eventually.
Yeah. All right. Now, we've already answered the question: is your prospecting balanced, yes or no? And we gave examples. Now, Benny is new, and this is, I think we may have answered, but I'm still want to go ahead and ask this question. How is prospecting different for someone new, a rookie like Benny, or someone that is more seasoned? Is it the same or is it different? Who can I pick on now?
Can I answer that quickly?
Yes. Okay.
I think it's different.
Very good.
Let me tell you why. Because they do have the script to the teeth. Like they know how to market, I think, with more ease than we do. And then since I'm still trying to find my pitch, like what to say. I still read in a script, and then I don't go by the script. Like I deviate from it depending on how the conversation goes. But like, even though it's easy for me to talk to strangers because of my background, but yet I need to know, I need to be knowledgeable of what I'm saying and not just talk because I'm talking. Like I have to make real estate sense. And this is new to me. So it's challenging. It's not easy, but I mean, we have to learn.
That is true. Now, I'm going to deviate just a little bit. I'm going to piggyback on what Miss Clivia said. I've known Clivia. We've engaged one another for several months, worked with some prospects of hers, and it's been awesome. I will say, and I'll probably say this for just about all of us, Miss Clivia, you know good and well, I do not agree with what you said. You are more than adequate. You are equipped. We all have the ability to go out and engage with people. No one says we need to go out and talk as clear and as concise as Oprah. No, we just need to be ourselves. Clivia, you are awesome just the way you are. It's not about having a script memorized. I believe in scripts. You put that script in your own words and just go out and just use it. And I guarantee you, if you're out walking around or if you're at the gym talking to people as you do about your business, you don't have a script and you're just effective. You're just as effective. It's good to understand what the script says, but you know, one of the things that I learned and someone shared with me said, Fred, a script doesn't talk back. And I started laughing when I heard that. He said, yeah, Fred, scripts do not talk back. So that's why it's important for us to know scripts. But at the end of the day, a script does not talk back, which is Clivia, you are awesome.
I would,
Thank you.
yes.
I would agree with what you're saying too. If you're gonna
Oop, Chanel?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. I was saying that I agree with you. It's not any different. If you're going to set it up in your mind that you're not as qualified or it's different because you're new and you don't know as much, that's going to be your belief and that's how you're going to perform because that's what you think.
Mhm.
And because you do have new people who come in this business and knock it out the box from day one. So it's more about, like you're saying, being yourself because people do business with people that they like, know, and trust. And when you're reading from a script, we've all gotten those calls from those telemarketers, and you can tell that people are reading from a script. So people don't want to feel like, it's not personal or not intentional, that, it's just a script. So I think that if the longer that you're in the business, of course, the better you're going to get. But just thinking that you're not good enough from day one, that's going to affect the way that you perform.
Right. It's all your mindset. Very good. Kim, you had a comment.
Yeah, I was just going to add to that. Even even when you've been in business for a while, there are going to be questions that you don't know, and you just let them know that you'll get back with them. It's okay to say, I'm not sure about that. Let me do a little bit more research, and I'll get back with you. So you're not the only one who so like they said, don't put in your mind that I'm not qualified, I don't know enough, or I'm new. Um, there's always going to be questions that people ask that even the most seasoned agent may not know. But we just learned how to say, we'll get back with you. Let me do a little research on that. And the longer you are in business, the more comfortable you get just talking to people organically. And it doesn't, I was the script queen. I told you I took 30 classes in 1 month. I was there every morning. We used to do script practicing, and I could script it, do those answers. But when it came to really talking to people, it felt, I remember calling a family member and she says, "You're reading a script, aren't you?" And then I realized that just talking to people and like they said, being authentic and,
Very
you
good.
can pull some things here and there from a script, but and that some of that just comes with time. Like I said, when they said talk to, strangers or talk to people about real estate, and I was like, oh, awkward. I don't know. I just got into real estate. Now there's not a person that I talk to that it doesn't lead somehow into real estate. So
Very
that
good. Thank you. Kim,
absolutely.
thank you for sharing that. I mean, you are open and transparent, and that is good. Yeah. Starting out, we all make mistakes, and that's part of our story. Everybody has a story, and Kim, thank you for sharing yours story.
Okay.
You're
welcome.
And there's one person on here that's quiet that I know well, and I'm not going to allow her just to stay quiet, and that is Miss Christelle. So
Hello,
Christelle,
Mr. Fred.
you knew I was going to pick on you.
Morning.
So I'm going to ask you the true or false question that's
Okay.
on the outline. True or false? Proportion means to get the best return from your prospecting time investment. There should be a mixture of telephone, in-person, email, social selling, text message, referrals, networking, etc. Is that statement true or false? Proportion
I
means
think
to
that's
get the. Is that true or false?
true.
Excuse me. Come
Sorry.
on, just speak up. Is that true
Okay.
or false? You can't be you can't be quiet on me.
I think that answer is true. That
The
question
answer
is
is true. All right. All
my
right.
answer
Now
is
is it.
true.
All right, class, because this was a little trick one here. What is the answer? True or false?
True.
Oh, it's balanced. I just threw that word in there. Balance means to get the best return from your prospecting time and investment. There should be a mixture of telephone, in-person, email, social selling, text messages, referrals, networking. The correct answer is balanced. A
Yes.
balanced way, a balanced approach. That was me just being tricky. And then the last one is number 13 is striking a balanced approach with prospecting is the most effective means of filling your sales pipeline. That's all we're talking about. Don't put all your eggs in one method. Try different aspects of prospecting, and they could be any number of things. One is not going to do it. Multiple is how you're going to be successful. Yes, Sherry.
One of the things I just wanted to tell her is that one of the things I really, really liked when I first started real estate was I was transitioning from one business from my full-time, I was retiring, and I was starting real estate. So I was really impressed with Brian Buffini because a lot of people, I was at Exit, I think, and a lot of people like note cards. So one of the things I really still like to do is send out note cards to people. And we used to all exchange them. And I thought that was really a good way to reach people saying, I'm starting a new career, or how you doing, or just think of something that you could, some little either personal note or something to brighten somebody's day with these note cards. And the other thing I really, really appreciated was that I grew up I live in a neighborhood where I grew up. So it gave me an opportunity to really network with a lot of people. And like you said, it's challenging to people, but just seeing people walking or seeing people or going door to door, those are things that I really, really enjoy. So it really helped my business, plus the open houses.
Very good. Thank you for sharing. Okay. All right. Well, we have just a couple of minutes left. So what I'm finally glad that we're going to be able to do today is I have a short clip of a motivational video that I would like to share that I think is really going to be appropriate for what we've been talking about this morning. So it's queued up. So hopefully it's going to work out. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. And that's it. Oops. Hold on. Oops. Not quite. All right. Now I'm going to share my screen. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
So we created this in our minds, false evidence appearing real. We made it real in our minds. That's why Churchill said there's nothing to fear but fear itself. That's the destructive monster. So turn off things that can contribute to your fear. Turn a deaf ear to people that all they can do is talk about how negative things are because they have bought into the consciousness of the world. Start attending workshops, seminars, listening to tapes on a daily basis to begin to recondition your mind, to retrain your thinking. Faith comes by what? Hearing and hearing and hearing. Listen to things that can empower you, that can enable you to create a new reality for yourself, and a new life for yourself. You might appear to be strange around most people. You know, most people think you're strange if you're happy today. People say, how you doing? I said, better than good. Whoa, what's wrong with him? Just go around smiling and watch people. Look at this. This is a weird guy over here. Because most people don't smile. Watch them. Look at their faces in the morning. Here we go. Another Monday morning. How you doing? Haven't had my coffee yet. Don't ask me. See, these people have not found their purpose in life. That's why they're grumpy. That's why they're miserable. That's why they're so negative. They're hurting and they want to hurt other people. So start practicing using programs for your mind. Seminars, books, workshops. Keep a journal. Record your thoughts. What's happening with you? Every day when you get up, have a journal near you. I use the Jack Boland journal so that I can write down my ideas. I keep it by my bed so I can write down my thoughts. See, ladies and gentlemen, we get 3 to 4 thoughts a year that if we would act on those thoughts, they could change our life. When you don't have
Okay. Let me go ahead.
Yeah, one of my favorite listeners, man.
And if everybody know, that was the famous
Dr. Miles Morales.
Les Brown.
No, that was Miles Monroe.
Miles Monroe.
No,
Les Brown.
That's
Les
Miles
Brown.
Monroe. Les Brown?
Yeah.
It sounds like Les to me.
Yeah, that's Les Brown.
Wow. It sounded like the Miles Monroe to me.
Sounds very similar to him. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real, though, but true, yeah. Well, it sounded like I thought that Miles Monroe.
Okay, let me do this. Can everybody see me? See my screen? There we go. Okay, very good. Okay. All right. We're at the end of the class. So for next week, read chapter 5. Make 2 prospecting calls every day and include 1 as a cold call. And this week, I'm adding something different. Implement 3 prospecting types during the week, whether that's in person, outside walking, email, note card, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. Try to implement at least 3 this week. 3. That's all we do. 3. So if you haven't noticed, we're on the challenges. We're building and building and building. So we're going to do 10 prospecting calls this week. 1 must be a cold call, and 3 types of prospecting activities. Any questions, comments? Oh, and of course, 6 p.m. tonight. If I receive your if I receive your goal production worksheet, calculator, whatever that talks about your weekly goals, that you're supposed to receive, your weekly lead goals that you must try to attain at least on a weekly basis, $25 Starbucks gift card I'll send to you. Any questions, comments? Okay, I hear none. I want to say thank you. Today was an awesome class, and I recorded it. So I'll send the link out immediately. So if you want to listen to it again, you'll have that opportunity. And I look forward to continuing to chat with you during the week and excited about seeing you again next week. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a blessed day too.
Thank you.
All right.